Hello everyone, I'm Miss West and I'm going to be telling you a little bit about time. Now we're going to be looking at time in more detail in Year 3 this week, so this video is just to give you a bit of a head start on the kind of thing we're going to be learning. So let's start by looking at the hands on my clock. I've got two hands. I've got my long hand, which is my minute hand, and a short hand, which is my hour hand. Now the minute hand tells me how many minutes past or to the hour it is. The hour hand tells me which hour. So in my example, I've got the long hand pointing all the way directly to the 12, which tells me it's an o'clock. My short hand, the hour hand, is pointing to the 5, so I can tell it's 5 o'clock. Now have a look around the edge of the clock. You'll notice all these little lines, and they represent the minutes. There will be 60 altogether because there are 60 minutes in the hour. But you don't need to count each minute when you tell the time. Because if you have a look, these numbers around the side show us the 5-minute intervals. For example, if I move my minute hand to the 1, I know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes have passed. So this 1 tells me this is my first lot of 5. So it might be an idea to practice counting in your 5s to give you a bit of a head start on next week's learning. So I've got 1 5. I know that's 5. And I'm pointing, my short hand is pointing to the 5. So that means it's 5 minutes past 5 o'clock. I can still count in my 5s when I move to the 2. So I've got 1 lot of 5, 2 lots of 5, 5, 10. That's going to be 10 past, and it's still going to be past 5 because 5 is my closest hour. So my time is 10 past 5. When we get round to the 3, you might notice this is a quarter of the clock. We've gone round a quarter of the clock already. So we can say quarter past. It is still 15 minutes, 5, 10, 15 minutes past 5, but we can say quarter past 5. Now, if I move it down, the minute hand, to the 6, thinking back to the fractions we've been learning this week, can you guess what fraction past 5 my clock is showing now? Pause the video if you need to think. Okay, so we have gone halfway around the clock. So I can say half past the hour, and my hour was 5. So this clock is showing me half past 5. Now once we've got past the halfway point, we start looking at to the hour. So for example, if I put my minute hand on the 8, I can count round in my 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. So I know it's 20 minutes until I get to my next hour, which is going to be 6 o'clock. 5, 10, 15, 20 to 6. So my time is 20 to 6. If I move up to the 9, you may notice again there's a quarter here. So I don't have to say 15 to 6, even though it is 15 minutes, and we can check 5, 10, 15 minutes to 6. We can also say quarter to 6, because it is quarter of an hour until we get to 6 o'clock. So if we move our final quarter all the way around, we'll end up on 6 o'clock. So my short hand is pointing to the 6, and my long hand, my minute hand, is pointing to that 12 again, which means it's exactly o'clock. So why don't you have a look around your house and around school and wherever you go on the weekends and see if you can have a go at telling the time on any clocks that you spot. Remember, it's probably a good idea if you practice counting in your 5s as well, because that will help you for telling the time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.